Winter Dawn, 2022. A man crossed the barbed wire fence again. The feet that once ran toward freedom were now running in the opposite direction. I am Lee Ha-jun, former North Korean Special Forces, once the nation's most elite warrior. But all the honors, all the medals, couldn't protect my daughter Sua. My wife Yoon Ha-na disappeared for questioning the regime, and 8-year-old Sua was dragged to a political prison camp. I had to choose, stay and pledge loyalty, or abandon everything and leave. I left. Late autumn 2021. I crossed the Tumen River. In the freezing water, I thought Sua, I'm sorry. Dad doesn't have the power to save you. But I must survive. Someday, I will come back for you. When I arrived in Seoul, I felt freedom. But I also collapsed. Every night, Sua's face appeared in my dreams. Her small, trembling voice echoed, "Daddy, why did you leave me? Daddy, I'm cold." I couldn't sleep. I drowned in alcohol. I searched for work but nothing stuck. People told me to start a new life, to live well here. But how could I smile here while my daughter was dying there? 3 months later, I made my decision. To go back, to bring Sua out. I knew it was insane. For a defector to re-enter North Korea was suicide. But I was a father before I was a soldier. January 2022. I headed to Dandong, China. There I met my former subordinate, Park Sung-ho. He had defected 2 years earlier and was running a small restaurant in China. "Brother, are you crazy? Going back in?" Sung-ho grabbed my hand, his eyes filled with genuine concern. "I have to get Sua out. She's done nothing wrong. If they catch you, you'll be executed." "No, execution would be mercy. You'll be tortured to death." "I know, but I have to go." Sung-ho stared at me silently for a long moment. Then he sighed deeply. "You saved my life once. I'll help you." We made a plan. Sung-ho connected me with Kim Chol, a Korean-Chinese broker at the border. Kim Chol could do anything for money. He had connections with North Korean border guards. $5,000. That's for bribing the guards and guiding you in. But getting out is your problem. I'm only responsible for getting you in. I handed over everything I'd saved. Money earned working in South Korea. Even the gold ring I'd smuggled out during my escape. February 14, 2022. Valentine's Day. While the world whispered of love, I walked toward death's border. The crossing point Kim Chol showed me was relatively lightly guarded. 3 a.m., when darkness was thickest. Go through between those lights. The guards will leave their post for 15 minutes. You must cross in that time. The fence was lower than I expected. Or perhaps it just seemed lower because I'd already crossed it once. I grabbed the barbed wire with my gloves. 1 year ago, I crossed this fence toward freedom. Now I was crossing it again for love. The moment my foot touched the ground, a shudder ran through my body. I had returned to hell. But I wasn't afraid. Sua was waiting. North Korea's winter was brutal. In -20 degrees, I moved only at night. An old map and compass from Sung-ho were all I had. Camp 22, where Sua was held, was about 400 kilometers away. 2 weeks on foot. The first night, I slept in an abandoned house. Rats scurried around. I was hungry but endured. I had to save my crackers. I melted snow for water. The second night, I nearly encountered a patrol. I lay flat in the snow, holding my breath. Footsteps grew closer. My heart felt like it would explode. But they passed. I was lucky. The seventh night, I passed through a small village. Houses with lights, families inside, eating warm food, laughing together. Could Sua and I live like that someday? The 11th night, my strength gave out. The crackers were gone. I survived on melted snow. My feet were frostbitten, numb. But I couldn't stop. Sua was waiting. After 2 weeks, I arrived near Camp 22. Barbed wire in the distance. Watchtowers. Countless barracks. Sua was somewhere in there. I waited 3 days, studying the camp's patterns. When prisoners went to labor. When guards changed shifts. Where the vulnerabilities were. My special forces training finally useful. And then, I saw her. Among children emerging from the women's barracks. Skeletal body, ragged clothes, but unmistakably my daughter. SUA. My SUA. Tears came. My daughter after 1 year. She was alive, suffering terribly, but alive. I made a plan. Approaching during labor was impossible. Security was too tight. The only way was at night. I had to enter the barracks directly. March 2nd night. Clouds covered the moon. Perfect darkness. I cut a hole in the fence. Skills learned in special forces. Silent, fast. Inside the barracks was hell. Stench everywhere. Dozens of people lying in cramped space. Coughing, moaning. I shone my flashlight, checking faces. And I found her. A small body curled in the corner. SUA. SUA. I shook my daughter's shoulder with trembling hands. SUA opened her eyes. First fear, then confusion, then, Dad, die? No voice came out, just lip movements. I nodded. Tears streamed from Sua's eyes. Shish, quiet. Daddy came to get you. Let's go. SUA nodded. She didn't ask questions. How I got here, how we'd escape. She just gripped my hand tightly. That hand was so cold. We carefully left the barracks. Through the fence hole. Into the forest. 50 meters, 100, 200. No alarm yet, but at 300 meters. Stop there. A shout from behind. We were discovered. A guard. Run. I grabbed Sua's hand and ran. Gunfire erupted. Bullets struck trees. Dogs barked. The chase began. Daddy, I'm scared. It's okay. Daddy's here. Keep running. We ran madly. Through the forest. Across streams. Up hills. The pursuit grew closer. Dogs barking louder. There they are. More gunfire. A bullet grazed my shoulder. Blood flowed, but I couldn't stop. I carried SUA on my back. Ran faster. After an hour, I saw the river in the distance. The Tumen. The border. Cross it and we'd be in China. Cross it and we'd live. But the river was frozen solid. Thick ice. Could it hold our weight? Stop or we'll shoot. No choice remained. I jumped onto the ice with SUA. The ice creaked beneath us. Cracks formed. SUA, hold on tight to Daddy. Okay, Daddy. We moved carefully but quickly. Behind us, the pursuit also stepped onto the ice. Dogs followed, barking. Halfway across, a loud gunshot pierced the ice. Water erupted. Cracks spread everywhere. Daddy, the ice broke. We plunged into freezing water. Sub-zero temperatures. My breath stopped, but I didn't let go of SUA. One arm held SUA, the other grabbed ice. Behind us, screams. The pursuers also fell through the ice. Dogs barking sank underwater. I swam with every ounce of strength. Pushed SUA above water. The Chinese bank grew closer. 10 meters, 5, 3. Finally my feet touched ground. I pushed SUA up the bank first. Then I crawled up. My whole body shook. Hypothermia. But we made it. We were alive. In the distance, pursuers' voices. But they couldn't follow anymore. This was China. Beyond the border. SUA, are you okay? Yes, Daddy. Cold but okay. I hugged my daughter tightly. First embrace in a year. How I'd missed her. How I'd longed for her. I'm sorry. Daddy was late. No, Daddy. I believed you'd come. Because Daddy keeps his promises. Tears wouldn't stop. Joy or sorrow, I couldn't tell. They just flowed. We walked through the forest to the meeting point. Sung Ho waited there with a car. Brother, you're alive. And this is SUA? Sung Ho's eyes welled up. He was a father too. He had a son left behind in China. Sung Ho, thank you. Without you, this would have been impossible. Where will you go now? Seoul, our home. The car left Dandong for Beijing. From there to the Korean embassy. Identity verification and investigation took 2 weeks. But we could wait. We were safe now. April 1, 2022. April Fool's Day. We arrived at Incheon Airport. Getting off the plane, SUA asked, Daddy, is this freedom? Yes, this is freedom. This is our home. Our home. Sua repeated those words. Then she began to cry. I cried too. Father and daughter embraced and wept in the airport lobby. Passers-by stared at us, but it didn't matter. We did it. We crossed 2 borders. For freedom and for love. Today, Sua is 10 years old. She goes to school, plays with friends, laughs. Sometimes she has nightmares, but I'm always there beside her. I tell her it's okay now, that Daddy will protect her. Yesterday Sua asked me, Daddy, why did you come to save me? It was dangerous. I stroked my daughter's head and answered, because you're my daughter, and love is stronger than borders. Sua smiled and hugged me. Daddy, I love you. I love you too, Sua. Freedom is worth more than life. But love is worth more than freedom. I learned that, crossing 2 borders.